If an enemy attacks us with nuclear weapons, danger will come not just from blast or heat or nearby radiation effect, but also from fallout.
Atomic weapons resemble ordinary high explosive weapons in that both explosions are due to the rapid release of large amounts of energy in a small space. Weight for weight, the release of energy in the atomic weapon is far greater than that in the high explosive. But they are alike in releasing their greatest energy in the form of blast. Let's look inside this atomic explosion and see what is taking place. The greatest part of the energy, about 50%, is being released in the form of blast. The direct action of the blast, striking with tremendous force, is particularly effective against almost all types of buildings. Damage to military equipment like trucks and weapons comes mostly from being dragged or rolled over the ground. Armored vehicles, because of their greater weight, are more resistant to the shock waves. Human beings also are very resistant to direct effects of the blast. It takes a far greater shock to injure you than to knock down these buildings. Most casualties from the blast are caused by its indirect effects. Men get hurt by flying bricks, limbs of trees, rocks, or by buildings falling in on them. Of course, if you are standing in the open, you can be picked up and hurled through the air until you come to a sudden casualty-producing stop. We said that about 50% of the energy is released as blast. At the same time, over 30% is being discharged as heat. The duration of this flash heat wave depends on the particular weapon used, but in any case, it lasts a very short time. Traveling at the speed of light, it has line-of-sight characteristics. That is, if you are directly shielded from the rays, they cannot burn you. Anything that casts a shadow will offer some protection.
So now that I finally get to see you in your high school get-up, any fun stories? Like, what kind of trouble did you girls get into? Let me get this out of the shot.
We behaved ourselves.
Strict parents, huh?
I'm glad it's growing back in because I had a patch of hair like that was just not there and I wanted to cry. My hair was just still falling out in huge clumps, and all this hair right here that's all short was all the hair I was missing all right here. It was like a big patch of hair.
Oh, far, huh?
Yeah.
No, seriously. Wait, did you guys ever get in trouble?
They know all the secrets. You should be asking them.
Oh, no, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, no, they don't. I bet they don't.
I was getting it on my feet, and anything I was doing was sticking to me, and I'm just like, oh, this is awful. Like, yeah.
No, tell me about a night that your parents don't know about.
Oh, well, this one time we snuck out, all of us girls, and we went to the football field, met up with all the boys.
Oh, good. I'm glad to see at least you got some recovery going on there.
Yes, thank goodness. For sure.
You know, we just got into a little bit of trouble.
Oh,
had a few drinks. Just a few.
Okay, so what happened?
Well, we all went home.
Oh, yeah. In cop cars, I bet.
So I'm going to do this really quick, just so it's
I'm
not
totally
like...
cool. As I say, I'm having fun with this.
Okay.
Operation Q was the name given the Nevada test in 1955, designed to explore the effects of small nuclear weapons upon buildings, towers, and equipment of many kinds. The nuclear device used was comparatively small. It had an explosive force of 30 kilotons, equivalent to 30,000 tons of TNT, whereas some modern thermonuclear weapons are in the 20 megaton range, 20 million tons, more than 600 times as powerful as the bomb shown here, and with a much wider radius of destruction. In this test, many of the structures damaged by the 30 kiloton bomb were approximately 1 mile from ground zero. With a 20 megaton blast, they probably would be obliterated, and comparable damage would occur out to a distance of at least 8.5 or 9 miles. Therefore, while Operation Q was valuable for research and test purposes, it does not reflect the full severity of today's larger thermonuclear weapons with their associated fallout hazard.
Hey. Yeah? Everything's alright. Yeah. I know, I've been waiting for today for a while. Yeah. It's been better, I guess. Yeah. We're living in a hotel. I know. All our belongings and everything's here. It's horrible. No. With him being laid off and all, I haven't seen him in 24 hours. Yeah. I know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was excited to come to this. Yeah. I still have it in looks. Yeah.
When was the last time you ever heard a pope, cardinal, bishop, priest, nun, pastor, preacher, deacon, or any so-called reverend tell you the following biblical facts? Exodus 23:11 tells us that we are not to pay a tithe every 7 years. Leviticus 25:12 tells us that we are not to pay a tithe every 50 years because it is a Jubilee year. But worst of all, they never seem to share Deuteronomy chapters 12 and 14, which tell us that only the Hebrew people are to pay the tithe while they are in the land of Canaan. We know it today as Israel. So I repeat my question to you. When was the last time you ever heard these people tell you these facts that are clearly written in our Bibles? My best guess is that they have never shared these chapters and verses with you, and I'm also guessing they never intend to. God's people are being scammed. We have been scammed into paying for a debt that was already paid with Christ's own blood, and no further payment is required. God literally ended tithes by force when he allowed Titus and his legions to destroy the Jerusalem temple and once again lead the Jewish people into captivity in 70 AD. Yet despite these facts, countless numbers of today's so-called church leadership continue to demand this 10% extortion fee despite Christ's full payment for our salvation on the cross. Some stooping so low as to claim that first century Christians were communists and were required to turn over all of their belongings to the apostles so that they could redistribute the wealth equally amongst the poor. Some stoop even lower, claiming that Ananias and Sapphira were killed by God for not turning over all of their money to the apostles, when any third grader knows that they were killed for lying to God and testing the Holy Spirit. I mean, for crying out loud, it says so right there in the scriptures. The fact of the matter is that if people actually took the time to read their New Testaments instead of leaving it in the hands of so-called church leadership, they would know that the apostles weren't accepting donations to help pay for the temple's upkeep or to pay priests' wages, but instead used those funds to help the widows, the orphans, the sick, and the infirm, those truly in need. On top of this, the first century Christians were expecting Christ's imminent return within their own lifetimes, so they weren't planning their future retirements or planning the leaving of an inheritance for their kith and kin, because they were expecting their own families to be raptured along with themselves. History has proven without a shadow of a doubt that Christ's parousia did in fact occur between 66 and 70 AD for a period of 42 months and ended in the complete destruction of the Jerusalem temple. With the expulsion of the Jews from Canaan and no temple left to offer sacrifices in, tithes were brought to a forceful conclusion, and to this very day, no man or woman may demand a further payment of tithes. End quote.